Do you want to know how to do this? Or this?
Oh my god, my game is lagging.
God.
Or even this?
400. Oh
400.
my god.
Instantly dead.
Well, lucky for you, I can show you. First, you're gonna want to pick your character. I picked Artificer even though she, kinda stinks. And you'll see why later. Then pick Monsoon and the Artifact of Command. I also picked Sacrifice, but that's just cause I'm lazy. Before I continue, huge thanks to Pixelfinger for this build. It genuinely is one of the most fun builds I've ever done. And if you have a build you want me to try, comment down below and I'll check it out. When you spawn into the game, the first thing you should do is find a Newt Altar. This pretty much goes for every stage here on out because you're gonna need a lot of lunar items. As for the items you should pick up, if it's gray, you should get multiple topaz brooches, crowbars, watches, and glasses for damage, like a lot of them. A backup mag or two if you're playing Artificer. Some on-kill or hit items like gasoline, sticky bombs, and maybe stun grenade. Obviously, some basic speed items, and a couple of fireworks. If it's green, you should get both bands, a lot of ukuleles, a fuel cell or two, even though they aren't really necessary, and more on-kill or hit items like ATG missile and will-o-wisp. If it's red, you should first get ceremonial dagger, then brilliant behemoth, then probably a Dios best friend, and then you can just get whatever you want. If a boss item spawns, I'd recommend charge perforator or shatter spleen. If you find a void item, I like the ukulele one just because it's relevant to the build, but you can pick whatever you want. And if an equipment spawns, you must get royal capacitator. This is what the entire build is based on, so you kind of need to get it. When you get to the new place, you need 13 Jesters of the Drowned, a lot of transcendence, and some shaped glasses. Basically, Transcendence is going to turn your health into shields, so don't get any healing items because they're not gonna work. And Shaped Glass is going to half your health, but increase your damage by 100%. So, I recommend that you hold off on getting a ton of Shaped Glasses until the end. Just try and stay around 500 health until you have at least one Dios best friend, and you can go crazy. I also recommend getting at least 5 regenerating scraps so you can get a free red item each time you go into the new realm. Okay. I know that was a lot, so here's all the items necessary for the build, and here are all the ones that'll just make the build better. This is a build that uses a lot of lunar coins, so if you want to know the best way to get those, I'll link a video I made on that in the description. Now that you have all these items, and you've managed to stay alive, here's what's gonna happen. Those Gestures of the Drowned that you picked up are going to make your equipment cooldown almost instantaneous, so you continuously strike any enemy you look at. When you kill an enemy with your lightning strike, your ceremonial dagger is going to activate, firing out 3 homing daggers to go and kill more enemies. On top of that, whenever you interact with anything, your fireworks are going to activate, shooting out a bunch to go kill even more things. And this will generally cover killing any enemies that you don't immediately look at. The rest of the items you pick up will just make your lightning strike, daggers, and fireworks do more damage, or will make the death of an enemy kill the surrounding enemies. This is why I chose Artificer, because you can just kind of stay up in the air and watch as all the enemies die below you. During the run that I did, I also picked up a clover to make my perforator strike more often, and I picked up some laser scopes to make my capacitator do more damage. My goal at the start of this was to kill the nuke guy with 1 capacitator strike, and as you can see, it didn't take very long for me to do that.
Yo,
Really?
I killed the nuke guy.
Just a little side note, when you first get the capacitator, be careful not to look at the nuke before you pick up your items, otherwise you'll get locked out.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh.
We finally decided to call it quits at stage 15, even though it felt like we could have gone forever, and that's because I had to go to bed. But during the final stage, I was consistently doing around 300 to 500 million damage per lightning strike. And fighting Mithrix was quite literally the easiest thing I did in the entire run.
Alright, let's go.
I wonder how much health he'll have.
I don't know, it doesn't matter though.
Probably like less than 5 billion.
400. Oh
400.
my god.
Instantly dead.
Oh yeah, I think it's 556. Okay, Mason, this is it. The hardest stage.
Looking at my stats at the end of the game, you can see just how insane this build was. In just 15 stages, I was able to do around 20 billion damage, and I somehow did 2 billion in just 1 strike. I was playing with my friend Mason, who was just using a basic critical strike build, and his numbers weren't even close to mine. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Subscribe!